I used an MMO mouse for FPS for 30 days. This is the Logitech G600, an MMO mouse that launched in 2012 and has no update since. A mouse that isn't even on Logitech's store, although it still is if you look it up, that is. From a standard gaming mouse, this mouse is way bigger. This mouse has M1, M2, and M3. It has 12 side buttons, each programmable. Its shell is really smooth, especially over time. It offers a laser sensor, meaning this works on glass, and it's one of the few Logitech mice ever made with this hardware, although it's a little old. The scroll wheel is nice and tactile. The side grips are extra grippy, like a basketball. This mouse is pretty large, suited for medium to mostly large hand users. This mouse will be used with a lot of palmer and bigger hands using claw. Which, speaking of that basketball, here are the dimensions to give you a picture. Which brings us to the games, which are most suited for this mouse, that is MMOs. In this case, it'll be FPS, which we'll start with the pros, these macros. The side buttons offer the user just to quickly swap between the abilities. This was a little tricky at first, but once you get used to it, it feels seamless, almost kind of unfair because you gotta have those side markers on the side. Laser sensor feels surprisingly responsive with no jitters or hiccup. The third mouse click is surprisingly useful. You can bind it to any button within the G Hub, and then it acts as a macro. It's just another mouse click. The placement of the button and using the click doesn't feel clunky, but slightly different from the other two, which makes it slightly distinct. And again, there are use cases where this feels like straight up cheap. And the click quality itself is light as a feather, and the mouse clicks have a large area of activation, which might create a heavy mood, because the cons are also apparent. See, when using this mouse, you definitely feel the weight in your hand, and with lower senses, it's almost a hindering experience, even if that weight helps you put the mouse to a stop. The flicks side to side feel weighty compared to other mice, especially in today's age where every mice is looking for sub-60s. And in reality, it really feels like you're holding a brick. That's not even to mention the wire that constantly flicks back and forth when you move this mouse. Given the retail of $60, it's not worth it. But the almost prevalent $30 to $35 sale on Amazon makes it a great browsing, productivity, and slight gaming tool, an interesting mouse to own and experience.